Yeah.
They're very happy.
They are very happy. They should go and start digging, and so they can plant and maybe in a in a short while they can now start harvesting.
But of course, the truth remains that the people have been complaining around, and of course, the farmers they have been complaining. Even I have a garden next to the place where I stay, a small garden, and of course, the person who owns that garden was complaining about the rain not being there. But I believe that for the past 2 days, there's a smile on the maize. That the maize plantation growing out there, they have accelerated in. Because when the food is there, there's a way somebody starts gaining weight. Most.
Yes.
We have seen so many guys here. Very early in the morning. They go for Izanyiri, and around 10 a.m. in the morning, the food is in Arua City. 10 a.m. in the morning, food is already out.
Yeah.
There's no need. When you go to town, there's no need for you to go and take, go for breakfast. You go straight for lunch.
Of course, one thing that I want to say that Arua is not like Kampala. Especially in Kampala, you always find that in Kampala we have this kind of people eating once. They do a lot of savings, but in Arua here eating, people eat. Let me say, breakfast is around 7:30, 8
That is
a.m.
breakfast.
But after 2 hours, you find people already even eating lunch. So in the evening, there's this what they call escort. Is it chai and escort? In the evening, yeah. You always have evening tea. That evening tea is always there. By the time I don't know whether they even have supper when they go back to their homes because.
But of course, let me tell you something. There's one funny thing with I don't know whether it's only in Arua. Very early in the morning, like like you did say that breakfast stops from 8 a.m. Then from 9, 10, that is already lunchtime.
11, around 11, yeah.
And when you are to go at 1 in some of the hotels, you are not going to get food.
True. You will not
especially
within the most popular hotels.
Yeah. You will not. Talking about that.
Oh, you even get a cold food, by the way. Around 2, you get cold food.
The one that has been diluted.
Yeah, you find the food is getting. By the time when it is clock into 2, the food is getting done. So you may rarely actually right now. I even sometimes time myself, but around me actually want to get the best. Just midday.
Midday is the best.
Midday you just storm the restaurant and have your food.
And have the best food. And of course that same goes to the farmers there. The plantations are smiling right now. But of course, away from that, Amosh, I really wanted to understand something from you.
Yes.
Why is it that our industry, the fame game this fame game that we are in, there's a lot of controversy, and of course you find guys, there are a lot of things that are happening in this industry. And of course, last Friday, one of the MCs had the hype experience. That is that took place around Andialos. You know where Andialos is, the other side of Udia. And of course, one of the MC also decided to hit a DJ with a bottle. So that as if that one day it's not enough. And of course, this is the same MC that we have seen so many times. Guys are talking. He's really, I don't know how to put it. But of course, he's fond of causing chaos here and there. You hear today he's having a problem in Triplex. Tomorrow he's at the other place up, the other flat. How do you call it? The other place there, Fabrica. Tomorrow you'll hear again with another issue again at Freedom Vibe. So I don't really know what is happening in the industry. And
Yeah,
of course,
first of all, I want to say this, and I wish that there are so many MCs who are watching this show here. You MCs, you're not above the DJs. That's the fact on the ground.
what do you mean?
Of course, that's the fact on the ground. Leave alone such being a presenter and what the MC, you are not above the DJ. A DJ actually before MC, this is what you should know. You should know that you are not above the DJ. So you are working along the DJ.
But the DJ can work without you.
The DJ can work without you. So, what am I trying to say? DJs sometimes they provoke the MCs by maybe having some weird behavior. You don't want the guy But it's very bad. Some of these DJs who annoy the MC, it's not good. Why I'm saying that one there is, first of all, it's not you as the DJ who is going to pay the MC. MC is also trying to find a way of survival. He's trying to attach himself to you so that he can get a way of survival. But because for you feel you are the boss, of course you are the boss, but you are denying this young man here or this person here to earn living. Because this is how you earn living, and this is how you also earn living. So you have your bosses who are going to pay you at the end of the day. But why should you always be very hard on this MC here? You do your work of playing music, let the MC also do his work of MCing and hyping.
And of course, DJ doing the work of DJing, and MC doing the work of MCing or maybe hyping, something like that. But now this thing here, let's first leave along the DJ aside, beside this. I've seen so many MCs, clashing amongst themselves. The last time that I had, and of course, Stewart also clashed with Labby Daddy because Labby Daddy, after hyping, he removed the battery out from the microphone. That was the cause of the fight. Yeah. Then again, the same Labby Daddy clashed with Eddie, with the Kenzo, with MC Kenzo. That is a triplex. Kenzo removed the microphone away from him. And these are the same MCs. Then again, the same MC having a clash with a DJ. What do you think could be the problem?
Yeah, one thing that, this question you're asking is a little bit, sometimes I'm not an MC, but other than an experienced DJ, I already see those things happening in the clubs or wherever they are doing they are executing their duties. One, I would say that, this is a showbiz business. Everyone wants to be
on top.
Yeah, he wants to be boss of himself. MC feels he's big, the other feels he's big. So nobody feels he's under the other and there. So they lack respect for each other. So at the end of the day, a person knows that one thing that the other MC, some of these MCs, they go to the bosses, they convince that I'm the best MC in the area, nobody even can reach my half. So, boom, you are there MCing, because now Saj is now a presenter, but he started doing those things way back. Yeah, now he said, I think what I've done in that field is enough. Let me now concentrate on my presentation. I do presentation and so on, especially like this. So one time maybe now you have told your boss that the best MC wherever maybe you're working. Now one day maybe Saj accidentally steps maybe on the floor. He said, please DJ, can you give me a microphone? The DJ maybe, MC sometimes they get tired. So they say maybe short call or long call, they go away. So the other MC gets a chance, like now Saj comes in, and now the boss will start comparing. They feel that comparison, that now they are comparing the other MC who was vibing before. And the one who was hyping before. And the one who is not officially, who has invited himself on the mic, is now hyping. The
of which Saj doesn't do that.
Now the boss will say, this guy was telling he was the best. But I'm saying this guy here is far much better. What's the problem with MCs here? So that comparison is what makes them not to allow to give a chance to fellow MCs. But for us DJs, we're okay with it. For us, when you find out that there are DJs playing music,
you also jump in.
He wants to play music. Say we call it one love. You find a DJ playing music, say, hey, one love, let me play around 5 or 10 tracks, then you continue. And it's acceptable.
When you talk about that
with MCs, you say, give microphone, let me do some hyping. My dear, this is my work, this is my office. And that's what they do. Especially, I've ever seen this one here. Especially MC Kenzo. You don't allow other MCs
to hold the microphone.
Should
it be the reason as why he removed the mic? He got Labby Daddy away from the DJ box.
And I think the Labby Daddy one time even had the same issue. So you need to know that we learn from one another, and it's not good to deny the fellow MC the microphone, because this microphone here, it's the best way of actually to work together is the best way of improving. There's no way you will say, Mosh, I'll lock myself because I have the equipment, I'll lock myself in my room there. I start practicing scratches. I'll not learn. That's not how I'll learn. I'll learn when I have my colleagues, the fellow DJs, the likes of Jero, the likes of Titi, the likes of who we're working together. We are seeing, how did you do this scratch here?
First,
how did you
show
do this?
me.
How did you do the transform? How did you do the baby scratch? How did you do the scrabble? So that's how we learn.
So now, Mosh, before we get away from that, how do you think that we can stop this? How can we stop this, the fight between the MCs? That of course, each and everyone is the boss. Each and everyone feels that I'm the bigger than the biggest. So how do you think we are going? How can we avoid? Let me say, come to an end of this.
Yeah, of course. One thing that MCs, they need to respect one another. I would say MCs is so dangerous that if you don't respect one another, one is you need to love one another. The respect must be there. Before you get into the microphone, call. You have the number of all these other MCs here. And then I think you need to organize an association for the MCs within the West Nile or maybe within Arua city, so that one of the points that is to get together, so that we do this work here, we make sure that we improve in this one to get a better pay. So you as a single person, you will not improve on the main bit of the payment of the MCs, the entire MCs, without others. So you need each other to make sure that you can be given a good amount of money. You get what I'm saying?
True. But
now if you want to do it alone, it's going to be impossible. It's going to take a lot of time. You are postponing the development of the industry. So the best thing is Sarge, Keno, whoever, Daniko and so on, get together as an MC, say, you guys, now we need now to improve. The moment we improve is now we are doing the right work. We can say,
but of course, for me, I don't
going for this amount of money.
For me, I don't see this thing working out, because sometimes back we sat down and we came with a resolution, of how to do these things. Let me say in the city, and of course we made amendment, and of course, and we decided some things, about how to go with the MCing in the city, but still. It never worked out, and I believe that this thing here, however much we talk about this, it will not work, because everybody is a boss, and somebody will tell you openly that I am better than you.
Now listen,
that
Sarge,
makes the respect.
Sarge, what makes you to feel that you are better than me, other than MC? Or what makes a DJ feel that you are better than their DJ? It's not you to say I'm better than that one. Let the crowd, let the fans talk.
Yeah, it's
the
crowd.
What I'm saying.
You made a statement, Mosh.
Let me tell you, there's no way you're going to come out and say I'm better than Sarge when it comes to hyping. Of course, yes, you may be better, but what is the crowd saying? What is the crowd that you're hyping? What are they saying? You get what I'm saying? Now, how do you judge yourself when you have tied the other? Now, we are in the ring, we are fighting. You have tied my legs and you have tied my hands. I think you're better than me, and even if you are now boxing with me. Is it really okay? Give me the mic. I have the mic. You have the mic. You hype for some time. I hype for some time. Let people judge.
But I think
who is the best?
But I think one of these days they need to organize a hype competition.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's necessary for the development of the industry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our MCs, I think you're doing great work, and I think there's slightly an improvement, but the improvement is on the side of maybe hyping. Other MCs have not learned. I think there are few MCs that have not learned how to work with other DJs, but I feel that they are really doing a great work. We really love them so much, but please come together as one unit, and so that you can get a better pay.
And of course, for the MCs out there, make sure that, and of course, we all know that this is a fame game where each and everybody would want to be on the on top there. But of course, they always say that the ladder that you climb, the ladder that takes you up, you don't need to remove it, because it will be the same ladder that will help you when you're coming down to take you up again. So this comes back to the MCs. We have seen so many MCs that we have been working with, like me personally. We all know that Sarge is still the capital MC, one of the biggest one in Uganda, and I don't have time to grudge with anyone, and of course I have time to give to a person, yes, because I don't have that time.
No, of course, Sarge, now if you say to someone, maybe they are DJ A is better than me, why should I argue? That's the opinion.
Yes.
As a person, you say that Mosh, for you are now an Afrigo. You know when you say Mosh, you are an Afrigo. Keke Ras, I'm giving an example. Keke Ras, you are the chameleon. I will not argue. You get what I'm saying? If you say maybe Jero.
But of course, talking about that,
course,
you see.
Why I'm saying that one there is, of course, we've been there.
Yeah.
And we are still here.
We are still here.
So you get what I'm saying? So there may be some new guys on the block who have come in who are trying to maybe to step up the work. We did what we did, and we're still doing the work, by the way. So those who have come newly, please learn how to respect the people whom we have got in the industry. Why? It will help you a lot. Why? You are going to learn from them because it is because of their effort that the industry has developed.
Yes.
Because before when we were hyping, actually, they were getting less money. But
let me tell you, Mosh, I always tell people
everything starts from zero.
Mosh, I always tell these MCs that here in West Nile, I don't know, I cannot talk about Northern Uganda, but here in West Nile, the person who introduced the hype, it's me.
Yeah, of course.
I'm the first MC who introduced the hype. Let me say the hype in the clubs when the DJ is playing. You keep on hyping. I'm the first person who did that. But I can even testify that I'm also the first DJ to start freelancer, whereby you are hired and you are playing music in a place and it's me. It's my. So right sitting on set here. These are the people who started fast.
Yes, I started. Nobody actually in West Nile here. DJs were having clubs where they are playing, but me I said no. In Kampala I'm seeing guys that are doing this. Why can't I start this one here? By the way, I was even work with Capital One. I had to step a handbrake. I said, no. Actually, before even Capital One, you remember the period of Matonge.
Yeah.
I started my actually freelancer DJing in Oasis 24/7 after Matonge. I stepped on the brake. I said, I'm no longer want to be a house DJ anymore. I'm now a big man. I need to start now doing something different. So that's how I started the idea. And the idea from there, I think Jose, one time he said, man, you are good. You are really doing something that I didn't expect out of you. And you have really impressed me. He started even there, was so happy, was so excited. So I think any DJ, you have the right, you have the right to say anything you want to say about me. So long as it's benefiting you, me have no problem. Yes.
That is exactly what Saj is doing. Me, I always keep quiet. But of course, away from that, still on the MCs are of course Daniko and these are all this and Keno. These are all MCs in the same club. Let me say the house MC in the same club. And of course, we all know that Capital One has a VIP section and ordinary section. Should I say there's a ordinary section and a VIP section and VVIP, because they have 3 slots. Yeah, there's outside where they always play live band. There's inside where they consider to be ordinary. Then there is a VIP down there. Then there's VVIP inside there at the same place. So these are the same MCs who works in the same club, who they have worked in the same club for years now. You understand? But of course, time comes that when somebody wants to do something, and these are the rumor says that these are the guys who sat down and agreed among themselves. You understand? Because talking about Keno is talking about the hype experience. Yeah, he did call it some name, and at the same time Daniko. So they had to sit down and agree one person to go first. But because of the show, the upcoming concert of LMB Rugs. So I believe that the rumor says that they had posted it. They wanted it to happen after the show, after the concert of that is LNB Rugs. But of course, then there one guy that is one of the MCs in the name of Keno announced his experience. You understand? So now on announcing, then the second MC also decided to announce.
Just be straightforward. Which MC?
That is Daniko. Daniko also announced after Keno had announced his. So now, how are we going to? How do you think this thing can be sorted out? These are all house DJ MCs who works in the same club, who have worked for years. Now, what do you think should be done?
One is,
what does it show?
It is so sad that MC Keno mic drop experience 10th of September Capital One launch, and the Daniko is also having the same experience
on the same date,
the same venue. So what does it mean? I think there was some miscommunication, and the MCs, this one doesn't show love. What I can say, doesn't show love at all. It is a bringing division among yourselves. One, MC Daniko, you have your following. Keno is also having his own following. But now, instead of bringing these all your fans together, you are trying to confuse people. So I would wish to say to my brothers, should I say my followers? No, I'm not an MC. So yes, I'm not an MC. Yeah, I would say my brothers. You know, they say united we stand, divided we fall. You are all MC. You are all looking at making money within that that period. But I would say, since you all the main place that you always do your hype you always do your hype is Capital One. It's better for you people
to unite,
to sit down and do this thing one at a time, rather than having two. I think, if you're not mistaken, I was even hearing some rumor that one person said, okay, fine, I had booked, but I had not paid. So this other MC, after saying I booked, then he went and paid behind me. So I'm thinking that in
the room should be given to the one who paid.
Now, yes, of course, booking is by payment, making some payment. So then I would advise the one who has not booked, please let it go. Don't go and book maybe somewhere else. Yeah, you may be tempted that this is now a jogo. You know what is a jogo? How do you call a jogo in Aluru?
A jogo.
Undermining.
Undermining.
How do you call it in Aluru? Oh, you have forgotten our
in Aluru language, undermining. You know, ni chao pingati. You know, chao pingati.
You know, you are seeing yourself above the other one. No, please. Daniko, Keno, sit down. I agree. And if you had maybe gone an extra expenses, you agree and see how you can sort yourself. Anybody, amongst you two, we like all of you. The one who agrees to pay the expense of there and there, because I know already I've already gone into other expenses, running advert, what, social media, airtime, and so on. But I think one can refund there and there. Let the show be one. We all support one MC at a time. Then you can postpone. You can have yours maybe after the one of Daniko, or Daniko, the vice versa. That's what I feel. Rather than confusing people, I'm telling you.
But of course, if you ask me, the first thing that I'll
But what's the biggest number you as an MC? MC cannot decide, Daniko decide. What's the biggest number?
When talking about MCing, because point blank, you see, Daniko is my student. Yeah?
Yes.
Is the person that I
didn't ask that question.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
I know.
Because if I'm to say
but what I'm saying is, look at the nature of the MCing or the hyping these guys are having. What's the biggest number?
Listen, I'm always a capital guy. You understand? Me, I'm a capital guy. You see, we have seen a couple of MCs. You understand? Let me
ask another question now. This it seems you are meandering around.
I'm not meandering.
Now, assume that Keno is in the capital one. Daniko is in the how do you call this place here? Near UN here.
Coco
Palm. Daniko is in Coco Palm. Keno is where? In capital one. Who takes it at the end of the day?
Daniko in capital one, Keno in Coco Palm, and of course the people who are gonna make them their choice. You understand?
Who are the biggest fan following?
People are going to make their choice. All these are MCs. You understand?
Yes.
All these are MCs, and they know their worth, and people know their worth. So people will follow. Whoever you Mosh.
Saj.
So now let me ask you, Mosh.
Saj.
Because hype, listen.
No.
Hype.
I'm saying, who has the biggest following between the two MCs? You are an MC, I'm not an MC. Keno in Capital One, Daniko, Coco Palm. Who has the biggest following? Who has bigger number?
The fans will tell. And of course, for us, listen, the fans, that's what I'm saying. The fans will tell. And of course, to know that the bigger number, it will be the next day after the event. That's when you will know whether this one has fans or the other one doesn't have. That will be after the show. Because I can't say that Keno has much followings or Daniko has much followings. But for me, if you ask me, let me first talk about this.
I'm not saying, you see one thing that you are having here is the problem that you are having, you have failed to decide. Now let me show you one thing. One is, I may be having a big following, but I don't have work. You have seen some artists, social media only lies people, by the way.
Yeah.
And you have seen it has been lying people so many times.
We have seen so many drums, empty drums.
Someone may be having
noise,
many social media following, but on the ground there's nothing. You get what I'm saying? On the ground when you don't have the work. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you see, even sometimes I always tell people that right now you see we are now recovering. By the way, most of the mainstream now they are recovering. You know, when the social media came, it was too much. But on the ground, people, you find someone on TikTok who is having following everyone. They say, this guy is having over 100,
but when it comes on the ground,
100K or blah, 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 blah. Bring him on the ground. Bring him on the ground, you see what will happen.
Katugu.
This is the same thing what happened to Diamond. Diamond came to Uganda. His performance, you saw what happened in Ntungam. People in Ntungam, they don't know much about him. But if that show was to be in Kampala, it would have been in the right place. And the numbers would have been greater.
But of course, let's first leave that. So now we shall get there. And of course, me, if you ask me about this guy's concert, the experience, yeah. And of course, you first of all look at Capital One. Capital One, it's of even if what comes to what, they will not stop their bar from working. They will give you the parking yard to do whatever you want to do, but their club will still remain open. You understand? So
of course they already see that
that is the first thing.
Those are different businesses.
So now, where are they going to put the hype? Is it at a parking yard? And then, if it's at the parking yard, will the club?
But let me say this one here. Me, I fear by the Capital One. One, I'm not saying Capital One is.
No, let me first say this.
No, let me tell you one thing now. Remember, right now in Capital One, people enter free. There's free entrance. You are putting a concert of around 20K or 10K. A person that is going to pay, at the end of the day, is going to end up in the club. And now, when you come late,
you restrict.
You are restricted. You may end up even paying when you come late. So, how does it work? It's going to be very tricky for someone putting up a concert in Capital One.
Yeah, that's why I was like saying, so because these are the MCs, and these are MCs, there will be music played inside, then there will be music played outside, where now, people are expected to come. So now, how are they going to sort that in?
The first experience that we had was the one of Simon. Return of
Simon Living.
Simon Living. You saw what happened?
Yeah.
Simon Living was the headlining, and the King Saha was part of that show. The show didn't work out. You know what happened? I think the show was expensive, a little bit expensive, and yet Capital One was at 10K. The other side was 15 to 20. So the show didn't work out because of the price. So I think that it's still going to be very hard having a show within there. Reason being that someone will come, will hang around, they get there and wait. Are there people in the show? Where is the vibe? Someone said that, where is the vibe? The vibe is in the club. He goes to the club. He abandons the show.
But of course, it's high time that Capital One needs to start valuing people's brand and valuing people's
Capital
brand.
One,
and
Capital One, let me tell you,
time.
Capital One doesn't need to value people's brand. It is people to value their brand. That's what I'm saying.
No, actually, without people, Mosh, without people, Capital One is nothing.
People need to value their own brand. Without people, Capital One is nothing. The man has put up his facilities to make money. It is a
but
business,
now, what if people
business oriented? So you don't need to come and maybe dictate upon their business, his business. He has put Capital One to make money. So you are the person who comes and book. Yeah, he has two floors. There is what you call the parking yard, and then the real business, which is running on weekly. So are you seeing the parking yard working every day? It doesn't work every day.
It works every day because they park cars there every day.
It doesn't work every day.
They park cars there.
They don't park, like today you go there and see what is happening there. Nothing. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say the business itself is a business itself. Then the other parking yard, it is you. The only thing I can say is only maybe it is two-way. I'll just say for the support, Capital One as the biggest club in the entire northern region, I would say we need you to maybe to how should I say it, to support these people here, because the industry, really this industry is growing. You have the equipments. Why don't you put maybe a moderate amount of money that a person can make money easily, rather than you are giving the machine that 4 million. Look here, giving machines and the venue at 4 million. So I don't know, 4 million you divide by 10. How many numbers do you need? around 400 people. That's a lot. I would say let the money come to 2 million.
To 2 million.
So at the end of the day, the number which is going to, because now if you are giving him the machines and the venue and the machines are 2.5 or 2 million, at most at 3 million, venue and machines. Just for locally organized show within here. I'll know, I'll put my show at 5K. Then now I'm going to get the numbers. Actually, you even make more sales because the number will be there. But when you squeeze me so much, you are forcing me to put a price which is higher, and I shall not get the numbers. So at the end of the day, I'll lose my money. I'll not have interest of coming back
again. And of course, I'm talking about that. Let's me, I only say as we conclude about this, I only tell the MCs that let's get united. Let's love each and everyone's art, and we respect the people whom you got on the, let me say, running the game. Respect them. Show some respect to your elders, and trust me, when you respect your elders, you'll get to learn more things. And of course, I'm talking about Keno and Daniko. You people should go and sit down again, and I would say Daniko should step down and give Keno the chance, because the rumor says that Keno went behind and paid the money, and maybe he just went with paying giving voucher, for him he gave the voucher, and the other one there gave paper note. So now I will only ask Daniko, my friend, and a brother, in the industry, just give it on. Let Keno go ahead and do his experience. And of course, at the same time, you should also come and support him, because you work in the same club. This is from me as such to you people out there. But of course, let's go for the music break. And when we bounce back, Saj MC still remains my name, DJ Moch, the Scratch Down, and it's West Night Television. Start times at channel 477, Zuku Satellite. We are live each and every single time on channel 0073. Then on Azam TV, we are on channel 369, and you can as well catch up with us on YouTube. Follow us on all the social media platforms, and of course, just West Nile Television. Let's go for it. I know ni pelare. But of course, a beautiful jam right in there from a brother from another mother. But of course, welcoming you once again from that musical break, Mosh. And you see, when it comes to northern music, there's a way I love northern music. It gives a peace of mind, and they sing reality. I believe that you, as the player, you always play the music.
So much.
It brings a peace of mind.
Yeah, so much. One of the things that you should know that Great Northern Uganda
has pure music.
We have really gone through a lot. So whatever we sing is real. So we don't sing. Some of these things do happen with us. And that's why you see, me personally, I have that attachment. I really feel that the music that we sing in Great Northern Uganda is a great one. Because sometimes
it's a pure music.
Yes, people sing about our real past and the present. So it's really something that I love so much.
Singing the past and the present, that's what Mosh is telling us. The truth remains that, northern music, we have pure music. We always give right content and at the right time. But of course, away from that, we all know that a lot has been happening, in the course of the days. And, there's still things are coming, like they always say that when you happen to plant your crop, the crop will not grow on that very particular day. It takes days for it to yield and start. Something like that. So now, about what happened in Tungam, of course, we are still feeling the vibration right now. We all know Eddie Kenzo as being one of the biggest guy in the country. Eddie Kenzo, in one of the interviews, Eddie Kenzo saying that the coming of Diamond made them look, the coming of Diamond made them look, like under, it made them look like, I don't know, as if there's no artist, there's no big artist in Uganda. That is according to Eddie Kenzo. And of course, the coming of Diamond Platinum showed them that, the way they were handling Diamond Platinum, they were handling him as if there's no any other big artist here in Uganda. And of course, they were not even minding about them. They didn't even put that much interest. So that was the reason as why he didn't go for the press conference. And, a lot has been happening right there. We all know that Diamond was hired, they hired, a private jet for this guy. And when he reached here in Uganda, he was given a chopper to take him to the ground. And of course, for the press conference, while other artists were given, they were using their own vehicle, and of course, being facilitated. So, according to some of the big artists, and of course, according to Eddie Kenzo, that was, according to him, that was disrespect. And of course, they were supposed to be treated equal. If Diamond is taken to the ground, on the ground, let me say to Tungam, from the airport to Tungam by chopper, they were all supposed to get on the chopper because they all worth to be on that very particular stage. So now let's first start with Eddie Kenzo. Was he right? And of course, like a visitor coming to your home, for me, I looked at it as if the guy deserves, because he's a visitor, he was supposed to be given that automatic care.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Serge, for that. What you're trying to enlighten maybe about it was called
the campaign
Coffee Marathon Concert.
Yeah,
it was just a campaign to promote women who are growing coffee. So at least what I know about this show, it took place in Tungam. That was on Sunday, 24th of this particular month. I think one or two things I would like to say about this show here was that Ugandans, sometimes we feel that we know how to brand, we know what they call
branding also.
When it comes to branding, I think Diamond showed Ugandans what they mean branding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Branding, you make sure that you do everything that can make people
the talkability,
to feel your presence.
To feel the presence, yeah.
Yes. The guy went and even was sampling at the stage when the chopper is there. He left even lunch, chop. Branding comes back to branding. So
you know what surprised me most? You know how he introduced himself.
No, for him it was easy, but the brand was talking more for him.
But of course, the introduction alone is what
Now you can imagine, Serge. You are all musicians, and some of even you are older than even who?
Diamond Platinum. Not some.
Some of even
Baby Cool is older than Diamond.
Baby Cool is actually the father to Diamond.
The father to Diamond. Then
because
Eddie Kenzo,
the son who is in the same age bracket with Diamond. So how do you feel? Diamond, the money he asked for,
the 750 million.
Yes, he used it very well to brand himself, showing that he's the biggest artist in East Africa. And I know the whole of TikTok is now full of Diamond.
But of course,
the biggest artist
we all know that Diamond, when it comes to showbiz,
in reality,
he's the king of showbiz. I believe that you see when you look at Diamond.
This time here, I think our artists here, they need to understand that what they call branding. When you have been hired, do you know what? Let me tell you, Eddie Kenzo even Kenzo, the budget, the mandate which was given to Eddie Kenzo, the one who was complaining, even himself, if he wanted, out of that money, I don't think Eddie Kenzo even got less than 50 million. How much is hiring that chopper? It's less than 5 million. You get the point? It's less than 5 million. So Eddie Kenzo could even go for a chopper. Even Baby Cool could have gone for chopper. Get what I'm saying? All these guys, let me tell you, this coffee project here, this coffee marathon concert, the man which would the man that they put in is almost around 2 billion shillings.
But now, if it's 2 billion shillings, Diamond took 750. We are left with a balance of 1 billion, 1.250 billion. Yes. So now I believe that it was more than that. Because looking at that,
look here, negotiations were not done at the same time. So if I come to you as an MC, you will not provide your service at the same rate with me as a DJ.
True.
You may be higher, I may be higher. When we are negotiating, I'm negotiating with their management. So their management, they had their conditions because they knew this is an opportunity that has come.
For them to...
Now, yes, of course. Now, it's an opportunity that has come. They want us in Uganda for coffee marathon concert. The idea is to promote coffee. Women, empower women who grow coffee in Uganda so that they can grow it maybe in a large scale or whatever thing they want now. That was the idea. It was actually Inspire Africa, Coffee Inspire Africa, which was behind all these shows here. So I've ever worked with these people here. These people are really good because I think they're the first people I've ever taken me to go to for a show. The first show that I've gone there, the DJ to play music there, it was through Inspire Africa. Big up to you guys. I was given some amount of money, good amount of money.
Some good amount of money.
Yes, they gave me good amount of money, which I don't want to mention here. So what am I trying to say? This one comes back to branding.
So now, according to you, you are saying that our artists, they don't know what it meant. It means by branding.
They understand branding.
They understand, but they don't know what it is.
Extent. They understand branding to a less extent.
So Diamond Platinum showed them how branding is.
Man, now look here. You are still talking about he's coming in the chopper. All those things, they are not necessary. That's what education is saying. They are not necessary. And then the organizers were also, handling him.
The organizers were making them look as if
they are handling like an egg.
An egg, yeah.
For sure, Sarge, we are all entertainers. We are having like, for example, if we are having an Afro branch, I'm sorry to say this, we're having Afro branch. Now they hire Mosh. Mosh comes in a Benz or in a chopper, and they have been given the money. His management lays out the condition that me, as a DJ, I'm going to come, but I won't come in a chopper. If not, I'm not going to perform, or I'm not going to be there. So it's like a Chameleon. Chameleon knew. Chameleon for him, he knew what was going to happen.
Ahead of time.
Yes, of course, Chameleon asked for amount of money. What he was asking that how much are you paying Diamond? It's the same amount that I want you to pay me or more. Because I've been there in the industry for so long. So this guy, imagine now that Chameleon, if he takes maybe 700, like how they have paid Diamond, how much will be the balance? How much will those Ed Keynes? How much will Bebe Cool other people get? And even the equipment, other things. So Chameleon, for him, he said, I'm the father. So I should be paid more than any other artist if you want me to be on that concert. Yeah. So if the artist is an artist, you're going to pay more than me. As a legendary artist in East Africa, but I'm not going to be part of this one here. Now, when he disagreed, because coming for him, he knows, most especially our people here in Uganda, they have the tendency of someone is coming from Nigeria, someone is coming from.
It should be treated special.
It should be treated special. It should be given a big amount of money than you people who are here in Uganda. And yet even the crowd that he is coming to entertain are your own crowds. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Chameleon said that I want to be the most expensive artist on this show here. If you cannot make me the most expensive artist on this show here, then I'm not part of it.
I'm not part of it.
Then from there he said, Chameleon, no, let us. They said, no, I've told you. Diamond is coming. You know Diamond was going to get not less than 500 million. So you know, that's the agreement he wanted them to sign down, that I should make sure that I'm the most paid artist on this show here. Coffee Marathon concert. So when they felt that his conditions are not favorable or they are not fitting their settings,
so they had to silence him. But of course, initially, the show was supposed to be a one-man show. You understand? And
no, but leave alone that one there. What we are talking about now, the show itself here. Now, but the good part I like with Diamond said one thing that which really pleased me was, he said the government of Uganda
should work with the artists.
Should support them in a way that, because music has become very expensive in terms of, let me say, advertising.
That is marketing.
A song, yeah, marketing. Marketing just a single song like this. For them, they use almost something like $1 million. $1 million promoting a single song like this, so it can catch all over the Africa, all over the world.
When you calculate that in Ugandan currency,
now,
around 3 billion.
When you look at our artists in Uganda, who has that money that he can put in a song, just marketing the song, you just put $1 million. Who has that money? By the way,
these guys, they have the money.
People who can have the money, maybe the likes of Baby, but they need the support of the government. Because now, he even said that if the government had built some of these artists for Diamond, now he's talking about if they had built 4 diamonds in Uganda, it was not necessary for him to come to Uganda. So Uganda would be having 4 diamonds here in Uganda. So all what I'm trying to say is that, you know, sometimes we need first to see what we act. It's good that Diamond came, and the ones, let me say my brother or my elder, Eddie Kenzo, yes, that happened, but I think you have learned something from that show. Don't blame the
organizers.
The organizers, because you laid their conditions, your management laid their conditions which were fulfilled. Diamond laid his own conditions, and maybe the management of the Diamond laid their conditions, which was also fulfilled. The Ben Nyarwanda, he also had his own conditions,
of which were
also given.
But now the thing,
all of them are very cool, even other things.
But now, definitely they were supposed to be all for the press conference, and Eddie Kenzo didn't turn up for the press conference because a brother came in a chopper from Tanzania. He came in a chopper to the ground where the press conference was supposed to be, where they were supposed to do the press conference, of which he did not come. And for him, when he was asked why he didn't come, he was like, the contract that he signed was only to come and perform. There's nothing like press conference or what.
I think Eddie Kenzo also tried. He also collected those ghetto boys to accompany him, and maybe have the whole stage was full of. Even when you see his performance, the whole stage was full of maybe different dancers and not Chigari. Different dancers know how the ghetto kids, how they do their things and so on. So in case of our entertainment, he's always good in performing. So he had that kind of. He also had the baby cool also had
also Diamond
two drones. Yeah, he had his 2 drones. Yeah, that's the capacity that we have in Uganda. I was here when you come in a drone, 2 drones at the yard. We see you as they're great. But for them, these choppers. They use choppers. We need to accept that as Ugandan.
But of course, I am telling you, Diamond taught our big three.
I think right now the difference is very clear.
Who is the biggest in East Africa?
No, not being the biggest. When it comes to branding.
Let me first ask you. If I ask you that, who is the biggest artist in East Africa?
The biggest artist in East Africa is Chameleon.
In East Africa?
Yes.
So now, who is
even in Africa, entire Africa is Chameleon.
It's Dr. Jose Chameleon.
Jose Chameleon. No, let me tell you one thing that people have not. Let me tell you one thing. Chameleon is the biggest. However much they say African giant, Burna Boy, blah blah. Let me tell you one thing. Chameleon is not an easy artist. Only that the period when Chameleon started singing music and the level at which he was doing his music, I think Chameleon has inspired so many artists. More than now, look at the people who have come from Leon Island, the likes of King Saha, stars, the likes of Radio and Weasel. Stars only. Let me tell you, Chameleon is the biggest artist in Africa.
AK-47, late.
AK-47 is the biggest artist in the likes of, right now, the likes of Palazzo, Uncle P, who had his soul recently here. Now, how will you tell me that now you tell me about Burna Boy? That's what, to me.
No, actually, when you talk about
Chameleon, no, I'm not, there are so many things that I'm considering being the biggest artist in Africa. Whom have you brought? Chameleon has made stars. He has brought people who are stars in Uganda, not in Uganda, even in East Africa, in the entire world. So let's look at the likes of what they saw Burna Boy. Even Diamond has tried.
And of course, the Diamond has tried. Harmonize from Wasafi. You have Right Navi from Wasafi. Mboso.
Yes, he has tried.
Mboso,
and I'm saying he has tried. But when you look at Diamond, Chameleon has done much. He has done much.
In the current music.
Let me tell you, me personally here, by the way, Chameleon, we had so many, especially we have been having problem with him when he's performing. But after performance, we become friends. So I'll say, I want someone to come and prove me wrong. I want you you bring anybody to say Chameleon is not the biggest artist in Africa. Let the person sit there, I sit here. We argue.
Actually, if you ask me in East Africa, and of course, in East Africa, if you ask me currently, currently, I would say Diamond Platinum. Why I'm saying this is because with the current trend, when you look at Chameleon, he's a legendary artist. We don't say no to that. But with the current trend right now, Diamond is one of the biggest artists in East Africa who is trying to sell East Africa in Africa. Let me say, even outside the world. Remember the statement that Diamond made, that it was not easy, you understand, to penetrate the market there. You understand? It wasn't easy to penetrate the market there. But now, they have penetrated the market to the extent that these whites, they even come, they give them calls, to ask for collaborations. You understand? So meaning that
now let me tell you,
as we speak right now,
you'll never see Chameleon singing Diamond song. But Diamond, when he was performing even in Tungam, he was singing Mamma Mia.
Mamma
It's
Mia.
a big up the legend. One of the artists who inspired me is the biggest in Africa. Number one. That's what number one respect. Africa. It came from him. Now you see.
That is what is called respect.
Sarge,
Even sometimes back, you also need is
look here. Public issue of respect. Let me tell you, Sarge. If you are looking at DJ Mos as the best DJ in Uganda or in Africa, then it comes from my mouth saying that DJ X is a legend, is number one, he inspired many, and he has built many brands. That one, the case is finished. The judgment is over.
That is the biggest.
It has come from the person you believe is the biggest. He said that this is the biggest artist in Africa. He did not even say East Africa, he said in Africa. In Africa. Chameleon is the biggest artist. It came from Diamond in Ntungam. He said Chameleon is the biggest artist in Africa. And even sang Mamma Mia.
That is according to him. But according to the fans out here.
According to the fans, what are you going to say? If it has come from the person that you believe in.
And of course, because of the time factor, as we round up, so now, as we round up, Mosh, you know, Eddie Kenzo's word, you know, to the promoters, the people who promote or who the organizers.
Eddie Kenzo, how did they want? Let me say, viewers, you'll excuse me because me, personally, I feel that Diamond did the right thing. Sometimes when this money is given, people feel that they want to eat the money alone. With entertainment right now, you don't eat money alone. Diamond, for him personally, let me tell you, this guy got the money. He had the bodyguards, he had his team, he had the manager, he came with everyone. But sometimes you find these artists, when they are hired, especially in West Nile here, an artist jump on the border, with his manager, and the manager is one driving the border, They go for the show. When the show ends and they come back, they sit down, they eat their money alone. But Diamond is a person who came with almost around the 10 or 12 people.
The dancers?
They didn't come with the dancers. He came with his management team, the security guys, and other things. So he came with almost, I think, 8.
And of course, the team, the companion of all those things.
Now look here, all these things here, it comes back to us.
No, the reason that's why he left, he didn't also come with the dancers because the expenses was also
too much. Even let me tell you,
Mosh,
I also love
some of these bodyguards. Some of these bodyguards were given to him here in Uganda, and of course he came with some, but they added some here in Uganda at the cost of the organizers. But of course, that is
look here. Let me tell you one thing, Sarge. One of the things that we need to understand is that
as we wrap up, because time is,
artists, we keep making mistakes. We keep making mistakes. Now, assuming that like me personally, if I get my money, I'm eating it alone, and I do some mistake, I think when people start now hitting me hard on the social media, in socials, I'll not have defense. But if I'm eating my money with Sarge, with the rest of other people, maybe around 5 or 10 of them, they'll be the first one to defend me. So what he was meaning was this. He did not mean this. He meant this. So you get what I'm saying? They'll always be defense. You'll have people who will defend you. But you artists who are still eating your money alone, the entertainers, even the DJs, the MCs, you're still eating your money alone. It's high time you wake up.
And do the right thing at the right time.
You need to move with people who are going to support you at a time when you're in danger. Because for us, words just come from our mouth at any time. You may be saying something which is going to annoy someone outside there. And the person will fire back. When the person fires back, you already have defense. Even before you say the thing, the one who have been eating your money.
just like the other time when Monopoly had a fight with El Pichadi. Because Monopoly punched El Pichadi when he had his guys. El Pichadi had no one, no companion. And of course, the fight just ended there.
Where was Hassan?
And of course, because of time, I will only tell you people that to the big artists in Uganda, branding is also one of the key things. Just like Moch said, don't be greedy. Don't eat alone. Once you're given some money, make sure that you also get other people also to benefit in this. Because of time, we would have till 8 p.m. But of course, because of the time, the next program that will be coming on your screen, it will be the Nilecast. But before that, to Diamond Platinum, and of course, thank you so much for showing our guys, the big three, how it, what it meant to be, a star. You understand? A star coming in a chopper, going back in a chopper, boarding a private jet, and our guys, you know, having you fueling your car and driving it.
A
up
young
to
man putting up all our big artists down.
750 million, and of course for 15 minutes performance, and for that was a plus. And of course, see you till tomorrow, same time, same television. The next on your screen, it will be the Nilecast.